MSD is one of the most innovative pharmaceutical companies in the world. How does this translate into MSD operation in Poland? Does the company also conduct research on innovative drugs in Poland?
MSD is a research-intensive biopharmaceutical company, and our mission is to drive innovation, research and develop to find innovative medicines and vaccines that address some of the biggest healthcare challenges that exist today. And on an annual basis, MSD invests $13.6 billion to develop some of the next innovations. And a lot of these investments also translate into Poland. In Poland, on an annual basis, we run 100 clinical trials. We involve 400 different institutions, 3,000 patients, and from a monetary standpoint, it equals over 120 million zloty. So we do quite a bit of clinical research here in Poland, and innovation is really in our DNA.
Okay. And what do you think is the impact of MSD's research on Polish economy?
Yeah, so I think generally there's a huge impact. I think when you look to the extent of the clinical research that is being made, again, it's 120 million Polish zloty that's invested on an annual basis. And certainly when you look at innovations, and innovations that come to the people who need those innovations, that results in people being less sick, less requirement to be in the hospital, less time in the hospital, less procedures, and so healthier people means more productive people, and that translates directly into productivity for the economy.
All right, and MSD has operated in Poland for 30 years, whereas you have been managing director for almost a year. How can you assess it from your perspective and that of the company?
Yeah, so when we started in Poland, we started with a small group of nearly 12 employees, and now we employ around 1,000 employees in Poland alone. And so we have a huge footprint here in Poland across 4 different divisions. We have both human health division, we have a clinical trials division, we have a data management center, which is only one of 6 worldwide and the second biggest, and also an animal health division as well. Now, when I look at my last year here in Poland, I'm really proud of some of the advancements that we have made in order to make our innovations accessible to the patients who need them, but at the same time work closely in partnership with the Ministry of Health to find the best type of modalities to bring the next set of innovations to the patients who need them.
All right, and the COVID-19 pandemic is definitely one of the biggest challenges in recent years. How has it affected the company itself and the industry as a whole?
I think in generally it's had a huge human impact, and that's undeniable. I think when you look at also the impact that it's had on the economy, it's substantial. And so certainly it's impacted our organization, but also it's reinvigorated our mission. And our mission is to save and improve lives, and also it has allowed us to continue to focus on research and development to develop the next set of innovations, and also to work across different stakeholders within the healthcare system to develop a more rigid healthcare system, to work towards preventing the next pandemic. At the same time, if the next pandemic does come, to work with the different stakeholders to ensure that we can better manage the next pandemic. And so I think you need to take some of that negative impact, use it as learnings, so we can implement a more rigid healthcare system for the future.
And do you see systemic changes that could improve the innovation of companies operating in Poland?
Look, I think generally the environment is moving in the right direction. When you look at the New Deal, there is a commitment to increase the healthcare investments in Poland. And I think you need to start with some foundational elements. Investment, and at the same time working across the different parties, whether it's private, public, and building the right partnerships to find the best modalities to bring the innovations to the people who need it. As I mentioned, MSD is really focused on developing innovations through research and development, and we put a huge emphasis in research and development. And in 2020, we invested 13.6 billion US dollars, which was the top in the industry. And so as we build the foundational elements, innovations will continue to come. It's a matter of how do we bring those innovations to the patients who need them.
How do you evaluate the economic forum itself? Can the discussions held here positively influence the quality of the healthcare system in Poland?
I think this economic forum has been so productive, and just to have the opportunity to meet with different stakeholders within healthcare, whether it's within the ministry, whether it's with other organizations, I think dialogue is extremely important to work together to find the best way to implement innovation in the healthcare system in the future. So I think it's been very productive, and I look forward to the next couple of days.